All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging and Friends. We are playing Holler tonight, continuing our Blasted Beauty campaign, which is the plot point campaign. It's in the book itself. I don't think the physical books are out yet. I'm not sure. I haven't got any notice from mine. I don't know when they're coming, but the PDF is awesome, and you people should read it. Yeah, we are gonna do. Let's see. I think we're gonna be able to finish. I don't know, why do I say these things? I say this and then it never happens, so never mind. Forget everything I just said.
We're just going to play tonight and have fun and see where we go.
We're going to play a game of Holler, and stuff will happen. And that's that. I want to go ahead and introduce characters, and then we'll just dive right in. So, Chuck, tell us about Double D.
Oh, yeah. I'm playing Double D. Older brother, Cletus over there. I don't talk real good, but I punch things, and I don't like snakes.
You don't like snakes? Is that
documented?
documented?
I don't like snakes. It's documented on my character sheet, minor phobia. Okay. Feel free to put it in there because I got something real funny to do if you ever put a snake out in front of us.
Okay. I cannot wait till we go to like Cussfoot Fens or something like that. That'd be great.
It's going to be fantastic.
That's my favorite location. Doesn't like snakes. Okay, got it down. All right. So, sure, this is going to be great. All right, next up, we've got Dogless. Dan, you survived an episode. Tell us about Dogless.
I did. Despite my best efforts to not, I somehow made it.
This close. This close.
Dogless is Dogmore's son, and he doesn't like dogs.
That's
He's jealous of him, stealing all his father's attention.
Yep. And yeah, you showed up because we killed your father in the first episode in a bar brawl. Dogmore, and now we have Dogless. Have you thought about who the third dog person's going to be that comes into the game?
Doggone. I'll have to think of that one.
Doggone.
Dogsome.
It'd be an endless string of them.
This is the worst joke. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just hard to measure amounts of dog.
And he's like so your new guy's like a mountain man, right? He's a little different than the old man was, right?
A little bit. They're kind of similar. They both had a lot of points in survival because they were kind of hermits.
Okay, right on. Fair enough. Okay. Next up, we got old Cletus. Tell us about Cletus, Jeremy.
Hell, man, I'm Cletus. I'm an illiterate, belligerent, hell-raising son of a bitch. I'm Double D's little brother. He's a better fighter. I'm sneakier. You know, I'm like an Appalachian ninja.
Yeah. That really should be an archetype. We should work on that. We should put an archetype together for that and give it off to Pinnacle and be like, here you go. You can just have this. Appalachian ninja. Okay.
Hell yeah, man. Let's do it.
And you still have Yeetus hanging around, but Yeetus is more of a flavor pet this time around than an actual pet, you know? Right?
Yeah, man. I mean, Yeetus done gone and gummed a bunch of demon dogs to death. She's earned her retirement.
Yeah. Yep. And we also have another animal hanging around. I think Double D, you got one too, right? Don't you?
Yeah, I got my Bleedus, my goat right there. He protects me from snakes.
Sorry, I just really like playing with buttons. He does? Yeah, well, I mean, goats, sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, okay, all right. And since we killed Dogmore, all of Dogmore's dogs are gone, so, right?
Didn't Cletus take one?
I mean, if we're making Yeetus retire, maybe Yeetus is looking after the pups.
Okay. They have a little shack somewhere out in the hills. Okay.
Yep, Yeetus and salt and pepper.
Yeah. Oh, man. God, salt and pepper. Okay. All right, bottom row. Melissa, tell us about Louisa.
So Louisa is the party's holy roller. So she has some powers. She can do some smite and some healing and some relief. She used that last session and was observed doing so. So, you know, things may come from that or not. We'll see. But yeah, she's better on the faith and persuasion and healing kinds of stuff.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. Also wanted for murder, but like half the party is, so that's nothing. That's nothing. No.
Yes, that she is.
So, okay. All right. Then okay, we're going to go by character names. Again, I just want to establish that now. We have Joe, played by Bert. Bert, tell us about Joe.
Joe's like the party monkey wrencher. I'm really good at fixing and repairing things. I go by Joe because most people can't pronounce my name, being as my family and I are from the Philippines and kind of just settled here and kind of outsider. Not because there's any problem with me coming from the islands and all. More of I'm just a really odd duck, I guess. Kind of creepy, folks say. I just stare a lot because I'm thinking all the time, and I happen to just stare in the direction of folks, and it just creeps them out, I guess.
Eyes get really big at that point.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just thinking.
You are good at repair, as we saw in last ep. Like, you were going around repairing everything left and right. So, yeah. And then we have Amian, played by Joe. Joe, tell us about Amian.
Yes. So I'm playing Amian. He is a child who's very curious, also very young, which makes him bad at everything, but he's also very lucky to offset that. Except for last session, not so much. He's currently about to be beaten for not being on the line.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Well, you kept trying to get up and go up the stairs and steal stuff from the guy's office. So, I mean,
Yeah. I was curious what was up there.
Yeah. Well, all right. Let's get into a little summary. So, as we all know, 1930s-ish Appalachian apocalypse. Okay, we're separated from the rest of the world by the blight, the otherness, stuff like that. So and then the other thing is time is weird. I'm not sure if I really explained this too well, but people have memories of like the good old days, but no one really knows when those were, or if they really happened, and how long they've really been here. And some people try to make the claim that they remember before the otherness was here, before the blight was here, and then others don't really remember it at all. So time is very murky as well. So you all are obviously your troublemakers, your freedom fighters, and you're looking to rally folks around the Holler and try to kind of create this little revolution against the big boys. And currently your mission is to deal with Finster Goad, who's a fairly cruel shift boss at Ashdown number 1, Ashdown being a company town in the middle of the Hogback Hills. So last time we had funeral services for Dogmore at a nearby Serpent Church. You followed LMA's advice, who is sort of like your point of contact, or the leader really of this revolution, and you took jobs at the mill, and you joined Finster Goad's shift. Amian, you wandered around town a bit. You learned a few things, specifically about Harley Rice, who was the operator of the now shuttered speakeasy where you had your brawl in the first episode, the deadly brawl that resulted in 3 deaths. He was taken into custody by Ashdown authorities. He was publicly flogged, and now no one's seen him. It's been a couple days. Amian, you also heard rumors that Kramer Holt agents are involved somehow in an investigation into Mort Smith. That's one of the guys you killed. He was a company man, kind of undercover with some of the folks inside the speakeasy. But none have been seen in town. Now, Kramer Holt agents are they're kind of like Pinkertons, if you want to think about it in those terms. They're part Pinkerton, part like mafioso in a way. So let's see. At the mill, Douglas, you joined up, and you saw the really horrible conditions faced by the mill workers. Became immediately apparent. Some of you got electrocuted by them. Some of you almost lost fingers. Douglas nearly lost an arm. And the only person who gave you any kind of training was some random other worker named Rummy. And Finster was just constantly harassing and threatening folks here and there. Joe managed to impress, sort of, as much as you can impress, I suppose, Finster with some of his repair skills. Cletus, you struck up an odd kinship with one of Finster's lackeys. I think it was Uriah. Louisa, you noticed that some of the folks that were in that deadly speakeasy brawl are actually working here, and you kind of locked eyes with them, and there was sort of a nod of begrudging approval in some ways. You got some rumors about Finster, that he's very superstitious, specifically as it regards to haints. He has some kind of tragic past with his wife and child. Eventually, Double D, Douglas, Louisa, you got sent to the basement. You were dealing with some kind of infestation of mill rats. Cletus, Amian, you tried to sneak into Finster's office, saw a gun, didn't make it inside. Joe, you continued repairing machines. Cletus, you got to the basement. Amian, you got caught a bunch of times, and eventually you were dragged outside for some corrective supervision. In the basement, the rest of the crew discovered a Tommy knocker named Balky, who agreed that he would help spook Finster in whatever kind of plot you had to sort of undermine him or scare him away or whatever your plans are here. But he wanted payment. And so he gave you like a list of things, and you collect however much of this you want, right? So like a shiny bulb from outside Samuel Ashdown's vacation estate, very dangerous place, one of the big boys. The half moon symbol from the company store sign in town, a fancy walking stick of a particular company guard, and then Finster's prize shooter that Cletus saw in the office. So some combination of those things might work. And so, yeah, and while you all were doing your little negotiation, that's when you heard the sounds of Amian outside getting threatened through a little kind of crack in the basement, which was, I think you were setting up as like your way to sneak back into the mill at night. So we're going to pick up right there, right exactly where we left off. And you all tell me, how's this happen? So what do you guys want to do? Those of you in the basement. Tommy Knocker's still here. You hear the sounds of Amian outside. Only Joe and Amian aren't in the basement.
Man, Douglas, just how thick do you put that camouflage up, make it look like dirt or something? How thick is that? Can we get through that quickly? Or how, if somebody were to bust through it, how big a pain in the ass would it be for you to redo it?
Who was doing that?
I thought Douglas had made the.
I think it was Douglas.
I think so. I mean, probably not too hard.
I mean, on
We'll
one
see.
hand, Amian could probably. We all deserve a lick every now and then to help put ourselves into place. But on the other hand, I mean, I don't really want that man putting hands on Amian. I feel real bad to undo your work. But
Well, what are you planning on doing? Because if you go start a fight up there, it's probably just going to blow up.
well, not if we do it all sneaky like.
How? He's like right next to us, isn't he?
Yeah,
It
and
sounds
right now you hear like, now boy, you can't go sneaking away like that. This is what we do to snakes right here. And so we cut then and we see Amian, like you're in the alleyway, this big old dude, as big as like Cletus and Double D, right? This is a big guy who's coming at you. And he's like, I hate to do it to you, but boss said it had to be done. And he just kind of pins you up against the wall. Now, Joe, if there's something, or Amian, if there's something you want to do, say so now. Otherwise, he's just going to rough you up. He ain't going to kill you, but he's going to rough you up a little bit.
Right.
But if you want to try to counter that, you can go ahead.
I want to try and act defeated until he throws his first punch and see if I can like move out of the way for him to hit the wall behind me,
Okay.
and then try to run if he does that.
Oh, okay, so you want to kind of lure him into a false sense of security and then bolt or something? Or, okay.
Yeah, I want him to like miss and hit the wall, and then try and run away.
Okay. Sure. I think if you just want him to miss, I think he'll just roll an attack. Is probably what we should do. Okay. So unless there's something else,
Could I do a taunt roll for that?
Yeah, go ahead. Maybe you get him a little bit off kilter. Go for it.
Cool. Let's do... All right. I'm gonna spend a penny on that. See if I do better.
Okay.
5.
All right. So, yeah, I mean, he's kind of looking at you. He's a little, what is it you say? How about that? What do you say to taunt him?
He'd be kind of like cowering. He's like, "Oh no, I'm sorry. I'll go back and work," and just kind of like being really fearful.
All right. How about this? So you're starting to make him feel a little guilty because you are kind of a youngin'. You're not that young relative to the Holler terms as we talked about. So maybe just kind of now don't go don't go doing that. Don't go give me them puppy dog eyes or nothing. Like this is good for you. Okay, this puts hair on your ass. Now come on, boy, you can far worse things that are gonna happen to you than just a few little lumps on you. I mean, there's no reason to get all cranky. And he's like, now I can go in the face or I can go in the stomach. It's your choice. Which way you want to go? Face, stomach.
Yeah, he'd like hold his stomach and like kind of lean his face out.
All right. So then, since you're planning to dodge, we'll say I'm going to give him, and you kind of sort of distract him a little bit. I'm going to give him a negative mod on the attack, and then I'm just going to have him just take it. He's going to, all right, now here you go. Hold tight. And he's going to swing down as hard as he can. Not as hard as he can. Maybe he pulls a little bit off. And you manage just as you're there, kind of this sort of sad puppy dog look. He swings, and you just step out of the way, and you hear the crunch of his hand against the wall. You son of a bitch! I'm gonna get you!
They're just running, not stopping for anything, booking it.
All of you in the basement can hear. It's muffled, but you can kind of get the sense of what's going on. What would you like to do?
Sounds like he handled the situation.
Okay.
I'm gonna muff my laughter.
Okay. And so, yeah, he's going to chase after you. So the guy's going to start shouting out, get your ass back here, boy! I'm going to break your face! And so he's just running and running. How about this? Go ahead and give me... let's see. We could do, if you want to just do, an agility test, or if you want to do, a stealth test, just something to sort of aid and describe how you're getting away as he chases after you.
Is there, what's, outside of this place? Is there, junk and stuff that I could topple over and kind of,
oh, yeah, for sure.
in front of him or something?
Yeah, there's definitely, these old crates and rubbish and stuff. It's not a very clean... you can tell this is not a very orderly business. So there's a lot of trash out here.
Okay. Yeah, that'd be my goal, would just be topple something behind me that he would have to climb over and then try and run off.
Okay, just
I don't
roll.
know what that would be.
Just athletics, I think, just to reach out and grab. You're running and you're tossing something down and at the same time. Okay, and so you just topple something down and you hear, I know your face, man. I'm gonna get you. And but you look back and he's kind of stumbled up. His foot's caught in what looks like some kind of pallet, and he's trying to get up and move. And he steps in some sort of milk crate. Now he's got one boot in a milk crate, one boot in a pallet, and then he's kind of moving around. He's holding his hand, which is bleeding because he just smashed it up against the wall. And he's like, and you turn the corner and you're away.
Awesome.
Yeah. I'm not sure you want to go back, but back to the mill. But you're away. You're away. Okay.
I'll probably have to wait out for a while.
All right. Meanwhile, in the main floor, Joe, you can see Finsters moving around. You can hear folks talking, and you can see that the shift, this shift, is coming to its end. And so, there's not a whole lot of time left. You probably got maybe half an hour or so before this shift ends. Is there anything you wanted to do while you were in the main room? You've been repairing it, and he's kind of letting you roam. Normally he's yelling at folks to get to spinning, but you've been kind of doing, some nice little stuff here. So, is there something else you wanted to do?
No, I think today is all about building trust.
Okay.
So you just keep working.
Okay, right on. You just keep moving around, going from and a couple of the workers and such around, and a few that you also recognize from the fight back at the speakeasy. They see you, and a couple people call you over, and they point to this machine or that machine, and you try to kind of figure stuff out here and there, and go from there. Okay, so then basement crew, what do you all want to do?
Have we cleared out the rats, which is what we are here to do?
Yes,
Yeah, I done got them all.
You threw all of them onto Luis's blade, if I recall correctly.
Mm-hmm.
That's cool. Right. So we ain't got to go beat them people who done beating on that kid. We just go get paid?
I think we just go get paid, and we come back later and steal a gun.
Yeah, man, we'll come back at nighttime. Any of you feel like doing some sort of distraction at the company store while I do some business? I got me a moon-shaped thing to grab.
Yeah, I can distract real good.
Sure. Yeah. I can do that too.
All right. Valky, man, it's so good to meet you.
What? Yeah? Did you get my stuff?
Well, so here's the thing. Like, there's the shooter, but that's going to be a nighttime thing. But right now, it's good faith and also just sounds like fun. I'm going to go get you that moon shape.
Okay. Yeah, and then the bulb, and then the shiny thing, and then the other thing that goes boom. Yeah, those things.
Man, we're going to be good friends. I like the way you look.
He kind of
Nice
turns
to
his head
make
at
your
you.
acquaintance.
Okay. That I can't say the same, but okay.
I get it. I understand.
All you folks are big and you ain't very pretty. No offense.
It's all right, man.
All right, I'm gonna go back up the chimney and I'm gonna screw around a bit more. Bye. And he starts climbing back up the chimney. At that point, you see little bits of soot and dirt drop down, and yeah, you or maybe it's a chimney. I don't know, vent or something like that. And then you guys go back out on the floor. I won't make you re-roll any kind of machine stuff, and we'll say that the day passes, shift ends, everyone kind of gets up from their machines, you start moving on out, and we'll say, just because we want to make it a little bit easier, we'll say you find, as you guys are moving away from the factory, kind of going back down into the company proper, like Amy, and you're able, as you're skulking around from between these different streets and alleys, you can kind of see the group coming, and all of you can kind of join up pretty easily. What's the plan?
Which thing are we stealing first?
I mean, he wants that moon-shaped thing. Like, there's the company store, and you get that thing. It's kind of like a little semicircle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So we go there. We'll distract real good. But you steal it.
Yeah, man.
I can do
Yes.
that.
It's a nighttime kind of thing that we do? After dark? Or would it be lit after dark, so we want to get it before it gets dark?
I think we want to get there before it's lit up at dark time.
That sounds like a
Dusk.
plan.
Get it at dusk. That's not quite light, not quite dark.
Happy medium.
That is what that time is. So Jeff, what time is it now compared to us?
So you guys did a 10-hour shift. You started relatively early in the morning, so probably around 8 o'clock or so. So it's probably around 6 or something like that. So it's around dusk, I would say. And also it's much darker in the Holler than other places, because there's like the constant these clouds above, kind of light infected storms that occasionally come by too. And so it's always a little bit darker here than it is there. It can get very dark at times, and even unless the sun's really, really bright someday, it can always feel a little darker than normal. But if you want it to be dusk, it's dusk.
All right, off to the general store we go. Did we get paid today for our shift?
So yeah, you get paid in company script though, so it's only good for spending at company stores.
That's
Oh,
a perfect excuse to go.
That's where
Okay.
we're headed.
All right.
Get some hard-earned cash to spend.
I'm a little hungry. I could use me some possum soup or something.
Okay. All right. So
Spam would be nice.
so you head over to the company store, which is still up. Let's see what they got. Taking a look. So, yeah, I mean, they've got some, there's basically some food you can get here. There's plenty of Holler food. So let's see. Yeah,
Long
so pretty
sweetener?
common stuff that you can buy. You can buy what looks like, beans, obviously. You can get that. You can get some, I'm just going through the foodstuffs list and see what it's here. Company store. Yeah, beans dried. You can get a bag. You can do that. You get some cornmeal. You can get some eggs.
I got corn nuts.
They do not have corn nuts. No, I'm sorry.
How about
Hey,
peanuts?
what you do is you get yourself them beans, you cook them up in the cornmeal, and that's like corn nuts.
Get some canned greens.
It's not how that works. It's not how any of that works.
And you can get
I'm
pound
not
of pork
like it.
as well.
I think
So-
I'm gonna get me some grits.
Grit. Okay. All right. Well, We'll say there's grits. Sure. Okay.
There are
All right.
grits.
Are there? I didn't see it on the company store thing. I was looking at company store goods.
Oh, sorry. It's just under Holler food.
Okay. It's fine. It's close enough. Whatever. We'll say it. Okay. So, or you can get cornmeal or whatever. You can get the stuff that you need to make it. Okay. So I'll say between all of you all, you have enough to get a decent amount to like basically get a night's meal in. It's like you don't get paid well, so like you get probably enough to satisfy like tonight, maybe tomorrow's worth of food or so. But as you're moving around and like kind of doing your shopping, there's a handful of folks that come and go. You can see that the company store is basically center town. Amian, you've been here before, not into the store itself necessarily, but you've been around the center of the town. You know that there's almost like a gallows that's sort of set up, like this raised platform. Doesn't look like anyone's been hung there recently, but apparently that's where Harley Rice was flogged. There are a handful of other, like these other buildings nearby. It's not particularly like well laid out. Like you can tell that there's a little bit of a inconsistency to the place. Folks come and go. You can tell that there's a lot of people who have kind of downcast eyes. There's this general sense of just like this broken, downtrodden nature. There are, I would say, on one side of the building, it has a neighboring structure, but on the other side it's completely empty. So like it's not like there's flanked on either side. It is like one story, but it's got that peak, and then it's got kind of that front sort of sign that you can see where it has like the sign itself has got letters painted on. And when you take a look at the sign, you realize that the only symbol is the C. That would make sense. And so he was referring to the C. So we can treat this like a quick encounter, I think, where everyone just tells me what you're doing. We make a check, and then we go from there. How about that?
Man, I'm playing up that maybe my back got pulled somehow during the shift, so I'm just kind of doing lots of stretches. Just kind of playing that up before we get there, so it looks all normal, like if I go to stretch and reach my hand up somewhere later.
All right,
Can I survey and see like who could possibly be like identify anyone that's paying attention or.
So you want to be like lookout, kind of? Is that your deal? All right. All right, so you're doing the lookout. Got it. All right. What else? I'm just trying to get an idea what everyone's doing first, and then we'll make the rolls.
Once we're inside, I want to make my distraction.
Okay. What's your distraction going to be?
It will be. I think it'll just be better if I show you rather than I tell you.
Okay. All right.
Maybe I'll be outside to kind of direct people inside to see what's going on.
Okay.
You ain't gonna make nobody bleed, are you, Double D?
I hadn't thought of that.
Louisa does have performance, if that can help at all with this.
How do
You
you want to
pretend to be a doctor?
I can actually do some doctoring, so I don't have to pretend.
Shit, that's even better.
I won't do none of that magical stuff though, because that'll just bring attention.
All right, keep your eyes on me. Follow lead. I'll take care of the heavy stuff.
Okay. So Lisa, you're doing some kind of performance check to make it look like you're a doctor or something. I think I see where Chuck might be going with this. So Joe's doing lookout, so he'll roll notice. Cletus, what were you going to roll for your quick encounter?
Basically, I want to steal the sea. I'm hoping to do some thieving.
That's perfect. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, and then Joe, character Joe. How did you want to contribute to this? That's you, Bert.
Yeah. So I don't know. Double D hasn't really explained what he's going to do for distraction. I'd like to help with that somehow.
The best explainer there, Joe. I'm sorry.
Stand clear.
Just stand clear.
Stand clear. I ain't sure if the floor is going to hold.
So I will be a person about that will quickly alert to whatever it is Double D is about to do. So I will spread word.
Okay, that sounds like I think you and Douglas are kind of basically doing the same thing, trying to persuade.
You're like hype men. You're like, look at this over here. Look at this over here.
I think it makes sense that we start with Double D and Chuck. Take it away. Yeah.
All right, I want to get inside. Look around, see the biggest chunk of open floor I can find. All I got it. And then while I'm standing there looking around, wipe my brow, make people think I sweat. Oh, I'm having the fits, and I throw my arms up in the air, and then I just belly flop on the floor.
What
And then I start doing one of them crocodile death rolls all over. Just boom, 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 boom.
What the hell's wrong with you? Go ahead
Having
and
the
roll.
fits.
Go ahead and roll a performance test.
Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this.
Go ahead.
We
I love
have
it. It's great. So good.
I don't even have performance.
Unskilled, buddy.
Oh my
Unskilled.
gosh. Oh my gosh. We do have bennies though, for whatever that's worth. We've got some.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm having the fits. Diagnosed. It's
Awful.
hilarious. I'm having the fits.
The best I could possibly do. Well, no,
Benny
maybe
that?
not. Hey, I
Benny?
won't Benny it.
Okay. Just roll around.
on this.
It's an unskilled.
Oh my god.
Oh,
oh.
Oh my God, he's got
He's
Oh
gonna
my
get
God.
an Oscar.
that man's done. He's
Oh
got
my
a
God.
family. Somebody help him.
Louisa.
I'm grabbing the fence, just rolling around. Like if someone
Flopping
gets
around.
too close, I'm gonna grab them by the ankles and start rolling with them too.
Woman behind the store comes around like, "Oh my God, you okay? Oh God, no! Oh my, someone help!" And like Louisa, for a second, it actually looks like he might be having a fit. He's got like foam coming out of his mouth. His face is kind of flopping all over the place. He's knocking stuff off the shelves, and like he very well could actually be having a fit right now. So let's say Douglas and Joe, why don't you two roll next and take a +2 to your rolls because of how well Double D did on that. Oh my God.
What a roll.
From a 1 to a 16. Hey, Captain, how's it going, man?
And how I'm going to follow
Full
this up.
red Sanford. That's great. Okay, both you pass. So to explain, so as you start hearing the commotion, you can either be perched up outside or perched up inside. How do you two go about trying to like add to the commotion?
I figure I'm on the outside and be like, oh my God, there's someone just losing their mind inside the store. Someone get in there and help.
I'm going to say, I think it's contagious. Some other people are looking the same.
You got like a person in each hand now, and I'm just rolling with them.
And everyone's like, oh my God. Joe, the character, go ahead and roll persuasion as you're trying to.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, take a +2 on it. Okay.
Hey, there we
There you
go.
go.
Look at that.
And you'd be like, what? It's contagious. It's contagious. I don't want none of this. And you see, like, some people are coming and paying attention to what's happening to Double D. Others are like, they're just running away. No, thank you. And you just see them just bolt out of the store and run the hell away. Okay, Louisa, what are you doing to help contribute to the theater, to the fiction?
So let me ask you, do you want me to do performance or healing? Because I'm thinking if I roll healing, maybe I can say some stuff that makes it sound like I've got a good explanation for what's going on here.
That sounds fine to me. Yeah, go for it. Take +2 again, because again, Double D's done a just phenomenal job. Just phenomenal. People are like, no, let go of me. I don't want the fence. He's got the demon shakes. That's what he's got. He's got the demon shakes in him.
It's called Karoo, but this is just the fits. And I just roll some more.
Lisa, what is it you say? What kind of techno babble do you say here to try to add to the flavor?
Oh gosh, I was gonna go in sort of like a seizure-ish kind of direction, but then Joe was talking about like contagious, and so I'm just gonna come up with some science-y sounding something virus. Just
Sure.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Some
Space and yeah.
some sort of swamp fungus or something must be
Yeah.
must be burrowing into his ears and affecting his brain. Oh, what little brain he might have up there.
But don't get too close because it could jump out and get on you.
That fungus is spry. It moves. Amian,
It
you
spores.
you passed yours. I see you rolled when I said character Joe, but no, it's fine. See, it's gonna
Yeah.
happen the whole campaign until I kill one of you.
That's fine.
So I either have to kill Joe the person, or character. Could go either way.
Let's roll. Joe, high or low?
And you hear that, authorities? It's totally legit. Everyone's okay with it. So basically, Eamon, you're serving like a lookout for Cletus. Like you're waiting, you're eyeing everything down, making sure that there's enough attention inside to not notice Cletus climbing. There's not as many people. People are running away
Joe.
at this point. Cletus, Amian gives you the signal. It's time to go. Go ahead and take a +2 on your thieving attempt here. But because of Luis's stellar job of aiding to the effect.
+2.
Okay. It ain't pretty watching a big old man kind of climb up here and there. Describe what it looks like.
It is. It's a good thing there's a big spectacle because Cletus is not a small man, and he slips like 2 or 3 times trying to curl up there. He's just got the damn thing is nailed in here real good. Just it's really awkward. It's like the whole thing like was this big rotund man kind of like trying to turn his body sideways to be sneaky, but you can still see him easily. But he's just trying. He like maybe took like some like at one point Joe had given him some pieces of metal earlier. He's maybe using one of those to like shove underneath the sea and start to try and pry it off, but it's taken longer than he expected. But he's just kind of
the distraction's so good. You have a lot of time.
But he looks like the world's fattest sloth, like just kind of hanging upside down, just trying to crank this thing off.
Okay. But eventually, pops free. You got yourself a C. It's a kind of, it's an old piece of wood. It's been painted over more than once, it looks like. Got a little faded, here and there. But you have it. And you climb back down. And how do you all exit from this theatrical production?
Eventually I stop rolling. I flop onto my back, and I'm like, oh no, it ain't the fits. And I grab my knee up to my chest, and I just pull it in, like hug my knee to my chest. It's just gas, and I just give a squeeze and let her rip.
Oh God. Are you kidding me?
And then I hop up. I gotta get out of here. That thing's gonna stink like high heavens. Just run out the door.
The woman's like swatting you with her broom as you're leaving, and then she just starts swatting the air a bit as you run on out. Okay. All right. Well, you have one of the items that Balky wants. It's almost nighttime. What's next?
I'm gonna just walk in and buy something to eat.
Okay, yeah, go on
You
in.
ain't gonna want to go in there. I done committed to my role.
God
Joe just
damn
goes
it,
in.
Double D, we were playing. You ain't supposed to actually drop that in there. Do I need to buy you some new drawers?
Don't worry, you ain't got it. I wasn't wearing none to begin with.
Bert, what were you doing with Joe?
Joe smelled worse most days of the week, so he just goes in and finds a can of Spam, finds some other food.
Everyone's going crazy. You just walk up very carefully, just grab one of these canned meats, and you hand over the script you ordered for the day, and that's that. Okay, so you guys are back out on the streets of Ashdown. You've got your sea, you've got some food. You were given shelter at a serpent church outside of town, so you could always go back to that if you wanted to stay there for the evening. You got a couple hours still. Kind of up to you guys. Like, what's the next stage of the plan here?
I was curious about the guy that got flogged and then disappeared. Kind of wanted to track that down some and see if I could find anyone with more info. Or if that's like weird that people disappear after flogging, or
you could do a persuasion, kind of start talking amongst the people again. I don't think common knowledge is going to apply this time, as this isn't so much common knowledge as it is trying to follow up on the rumor. So maybe persuasion to talk to some folks and see if they'll tell you some more.
okay, I'll do that.
Damn. Okay. That's a 11. Sure. So, you get directed to Harley Rice as one of his, because you did so well. We'll say that you hear that someone who might know a little bit more about Harley, or probably Harley's only real friend, was a moonshiner by the name of Clarence Jones. Kind of keeps it on the, kind of keeps their business a little bit quiet. So the only reason you're getting this information is because you just happen to drop the right words here or there, and you're able to sort of track them down, kind of outside of town, just on the outskirts of the company town, kind of collecting some what looked like they're sort of filling up water in some kind of nearby stream. And you're told that the rumor, the belief is that because there's certain behaviors are very suspect, and one of those is like kind of the consummation of corn liquor, or consumption, excuse me, and other things as well. And then considering that this speakeasy, sometimes sometimes they let them go, but this time they chose not to, especially since there was the death of a company man. The belief is that he's been sent up to the Folsom Penal Colony, which is up in the Great Craggies. It's more than likely where he went. He's not old enough to really get sent to one of the old folks' places, and he's not really kind of foul ahead, so they wouldn't send him to the Bondurant Asylum. So more than likely it's the Folsom Penal Colony.
Okay. Is that, would I know if that's like kind of a permanent place that you go, or do people usually come back from there eventually? Or
yeah, it's a place where, it's a prison, so it's not a place that people leave very frequently, and those that do usually do through less than legal means. Like, some people might try to escape, or some people just die there, or they usually get kind of put to work up in the crags. But from what you also can tell is that Harley Rice never, from the rumors you got, never gave you all up. Never gave up the fact that anyone's names. Never gave up Ella May. Kind of kept their mouth shut, it seems.
That's probably why he's up there.
Yeah.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. If we make our way, where is that on the map?
It's all the
to the
way
west.
the upper, northwest corner.
Yeah. So yeah, if you look all the way on the left-hand side of the map there.
Oh, right over here.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a ways
That's
away.
pretty far.
They're probably
We're
not
like
there
right
yet.
here right now,
Yeah.
right?
They're more than likely not there yet, but that's probably where he's been sent.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
relay that to everybody once we meet up.
Sure.
Say that sounds like he got captured, going to prison, and sounds like he didn't give us up. So maybe if we could find a way to work in a favor for him someday, that might be good.
Agreed.
Till then, I think we got a light, maybe a walking stick, and a gun to steal.
I also think we got some planning to do. Because I'm not sure that we figured out exactly how we're going to get this here Mr. Go to vacate his position.
That's
Willingly.
what this is all for, isn't it? The Tommy Knocker makes him go.
Yeah, it just occurred to me, maybe we could look into just where he stays when he's not on shift. I'm all for breaking in there, stealing the gun, see if there's anything cool in his office. But also maybe, where does he stay when he ain't working? And if that's available to us, maybe we just... I'm not saying it's a nice thing to do, but, it's better than causing a ruckus while people are working. It would just break a couple kneecaps or something while he's sleeping.
I don't get the sense that man is afraid of much physically, but we have heard rumor that he is a superstitious type.
Which is why the Tommy Knocker might be perfect.
Right. So we give the Tommy Knocker his moon shape, right? And then he's probably going to enjoy the hell out of spooking this man. So he lost his wife and a daughter, right? Maybe we say hey, you want to go in there and like do a creepy little girl voice and kind of like stalk around his house, right? Let him think his dead daughter's running around. Is that too mean?
Probably needs to
Maybe.
be at the mill.
Wait,
At his office.
Did we know that his daughter was deceased or his wife was deceased?
You, I don't think you guys have looked into it too much. You've heard a rumor that there was something tragic with his wife and child.
Man, I'm just assuming.
If you want to roll common knowledge, you can do that.
I would like
Louisa.
to do
I'd
that.
like to. Could I roll on that as well?
Yeah, it's fine.
Really hope they are, because I ain't want to do no deceasing of young peoples.
I ain't gonna. I'm just not like. I'm just saying, like it. Playing at it.
Oh my gosh. I am ignorant.
Oh boy, that's a crit fail. How'd you do, Amian?
And I pitied
11.
that too.
11. Okay, Amian.
Wow.
Maybe as part of your previous questioning, like maybe you got this information from Clarence Jones as well. Maybe you sat down, kind of gave him a hand or something, and you see he was kind of filling up jugs and such. And but yeah, the rumor is well, I mean, it's not even really a rumor. It's just basically one of those like everyone kind of knows it, no one really talks about it. But yeah, his wife died in childbirth like about 20 years ago, and his family kind of turned on him and wouldn't help him raise the kid, and so he gave the baby over to Alshire Orphanage, which is just up the road, and like he's just sort of been kind of a bitter, lonely man ever since then. Yeah, so like as far as you know, like the kid's alive.
How long ago that was?
About 20
20
years
years.
ago.
20
So
years.
maybe instead of going in the direction of the scaring him with violence, maybe we could try to convince him that his wife wants him to reconnect with their daughter. And maybe that would get him to leave this job he's doing and go out and see what he can do to find her. Because if he's superstitious, he might just believe that that's a calling for him to do.
Yeah, okay.
And then if that don't work, we can,
Then we break his
volunteer.
knees.
Break them good.
All right.
Can always
No.
leave that
Luis-
as, plan B.
Lisa,
Maybe
you're
even
smart as
fancy.
all hell. I like that.
I mean,
Can we use one knee to break the other knee?
if you bang them both together, maybe they can just break each other.
Oh, I like that.
Put him in a figure four, man.
Yeah. Lean back into it.
That's right. Oh, I like Luis's plan though.
I do too.
How are you
Yeah, I
going to
mean,
make
and-
him think that?
With our little friend.
Yeah, man. Like I mean, they're tricky as hell. He can do all sorts of funny voices, and like, oh, maybe like we could find some fabric and kind of tear it up. And Louisa, maybe you can stand back just a bit, just enough to give like that silhouette, like just in the distance, and then have him doing the creepy voice, and he could just barely see you, but you're not close enough to see details. Just enough
Think,
to creep him out.
I think maybe I could do the weird voice. I might be able to do it. I could do it like it's his wife, like oh, I'm your dead wife. Where's your baby at? Think that'll work?
That
I mean, I love you, Double D. I love you so much, but
Love your enthusiasm.
All right, maybe we'll have him do the voice.
there might be another time when
I can do
that
that.
voice that you got would
Yeah.
be perfect for us.
It's like, ooh, scary as spooky. I like it. All right, let's do it.
we need somebody to shit their pants and have the fits. It's you.
I already did that once. I got to reload before I do it again. I had to shake my legs out while we were walking.
Give him a good old shaky shake.
That's a whole new meaning.
Shake and shake.
Oh,
Shake,
man.
shake.
Man, you
think I
gotta
just
stop
got-
with them brown snakes, Double D.
Snake?
Snake?
All right.
I ain't fucking with no snake.
Where is this conversation happening, by the way?
Yeah, just
We're
on the
walking.
street while we're walking.
Okay, you're just wandering around town. Okay. All right. Okay.
I figure if there's a light we can steal yet, maybe.
It specifically wants the light in front. That's like basically in front by the main gate of Samuel Ashdown's like fancy vacation home.
I figure we'll have to see how supervised that light looks.
And we'll say like you could certainly do a pass by that. It's up on a hill, and so you don't really get a very good look at it. But you can see there's like guard shacks and stuff right there, and there's like company guards that are moving around. They got guns and everything, kind of moving back behind the gate. And you can see right above on either side of the gate itself, there's these big old shiny bulbs up there.
Why don't we
Very
just start
very
with this
beautiful.
moon? Yeah. Maybe we start with the moon shape. And
Yeah.
like these fellas, they like to do nonsense anyways. Maybe we play up with it. We've got an opportunity for them.
And I feel like it was a little more of like a multiple choice list. Like we didn't necessarily have to do all of the things. And if like we need a favor from him in the future, then we know we've got other things that we can gather for.
I figure let's go there, then we'll give them the letter. But let's go ahead and get that gun, and we'll have that in our back pocket for some other day.
Anybody particularly good at shooting guns?
I mean, if none of us know how to do it, I think we should make ourselves a friend with the Tommyknocker and let him have it.
I'm just saying, my pa taught me how to shoot a gun. I used to shoot rabbits for him. They took them all.
No,
Guns,
shoot
that is,
gun
not the
there,
rabbits.
Joe?
I still see rabbits around. Mostly got two heads nowadays, but they're
Oh.
still around.
God, I was worried there.
I don't know if you want to be walking around with a stolen gun or not, though.
I'm just saying,
I can hide it.
I've had a little bit of training with it. That's all.
All right. Okay. Well,
Plinking and such.
if we do that, maybe we don't tell them that we have it and don't give it to them. Let's
fine.
give. Yeah.
Nothing that says we can't go take it still.
Well, but what I'm saying is he kind of hangs out near around that place anyway. So he's probably going to know when we break in there and go get the gun. He's going to kind of want the gun. But if we give him the C first and we go and do this gaslighting, maybe we do that before we go get the gun.
Hmm.
If we're wanting to keep it.
Just depends, because if he packs up and leaves, then the gun's gone too.
Oh, where's he going?
We're trying to
Trying
get
to
the
get
guy to
rid of him.
leave, right?
He being
Oh.
Mr. Goad,
Oh, all right.
owner of the gun. So is the consensus that we think we need 2 of the items to get our Tommyknocker friend to
Now, man, I think if you give them one thing and you kind of play up how fun it's going to be to prank this guy, because, man, they just want to raise hell. Like, they're just, yeah, they're just these spry little assholes. They're just so much fun, right? And he just wants to raise some hell and do some stupid shit. And, like, we've got some planning to do exactly the sort of thing he likes to do.
Exactly. So it's not even like we're asking him a favor. We're just saying like, hey, if you want to have some fun, we have an idea how to do it.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
motivating him.
Yeah, how you said it. I like the way you said it.
So we all going back in the hole we dug?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Let's say, how about somebody lead a stealth approach to this as you try to like sneak up and sort of onto the grounds of the mill, get back in that alleyway. We don't have to do. We don't need like everyone doing it. I don't mind if just one person leads it.
I'm decent at it. Feel right.
I got a D8 -2.
I got a straight D8.
That's a little better then.
I'll go for it.
Go ahead,
Anybody have-
Cletus.
Oh.
Cletus
There
gets
we
out
go.
in front, starts
Wow.
Like an
starts leading
Appalachian
the way,
ninja.
waving people in here and there. Okay, and then who wants to do the notice roll? Who wants to lead the notice roll? Kind of as you're moving incredibly quietly. It's actually you almost lose Cletus a couple times.
I can do that.
Everyone just like kind of freezes for a second. And then he just comes back, but he doesn't come from the direction you just saw him leave in. He just comes from the side. Be like, come on, guy. And everyone kind of jumps for a second as he just keeps popping up in these different shadows. Dog, you said who's gonna do the notice test?
I think Amian
I can
is.
do it.
Amian, go
Yeah, I
ahead.
can do it.
While we're making our way around, does anybody else have healing?
No,
No.
All right.
Oh, you
not that kind
I
of
guess I'm
party.
gonna have to heal myself.
Okay, Amian, you guys, you think you're being followed. You look around as you guys are stealthing a bit, and you realize as you've been moving around, kind of talking in town, like you guys have literally just been circling, moving, kind of scouting different places and such. You've seen the same face a few times, and she's been like you get the sense that she might be kind of interested in what y'all are doing, and at the moment she seems a little uncertain where everyone went, but you can see it's a woman, dark skin. She's got kind of like a couple bruises on her face. She's kind of got like a bit of cloth kind of tying up her hair, kind of moving it into the back. And you can see that she's sort of looking around as if she's kind of searching a bit. But with your amazing stealth roll by Cletus, he's gotten you guys into like a good place where you could be shadowy. But you can tell that she's looking for you and can't find you. What do you do with that info? Sorry, I got distracted by a healing roll.
Yeah, sorry, I was taking care
That's
of my
fine.
wound.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to relay that, and I want to kind of whisper, like, does anyone know who that is? Like, why do you think they're interested in this?
That's the lady.
Seems like she's trying to follow us.
Probably because I'm so handsome.
Any other ideas as to?
Could be also farted on her earlier today. Maybe she's looking for some revenge.
Louisa, when you look, it was one of the women that was working at a machine right next to yours, who you recognize as being from the brawl in the speakeasy.
Okay. Well, then I would imagine that I would probably want to fall back and have a conversation with her. If she's spotted us.
She's currently looking for you all. Like you, so Amian's seen her face a bunch of times, and it's not a coincidence anymore. Like he's probably concluded, like, there's no way this woman's been following us. She's been popping up every like what we're doing is weird, like wandering around town so much, and this just someone else is doing that too, and keeps popping up in the same places we are. But because Cletus has kind of led you all into a particularly good hiding place to approach the factory, she can't seem to find you. But you guys can kind of see her looking as if she's lost a dog or something, but she's really looking for you. So she's only going to notice you all if you decide that you want to pop out and say something.
I don't know her. I don't care.
We want to like try and grab her and see why she's following us, like confront her, or do we want to wait?
Well, I would hate for her to screw up what we're doing. That's my one thought.
Thing, man, you go out and talk to her, and if she's friendly, that's nice, that's great, but all it takes is the chance that she ain't, and she yells out.
We're kind of like in the like I mentioned. Are we like in the woods next to this,
No,
or
there
like
aren't-
are we in
there aren't
town
any
still?
No, you guys, like, the mill is in town, so you guys aren't hiding in woods. It's kind of like up on a hill a bit, so like you guys have
Okay.
gone up the hill and you're hiding in some of like the debris and the refuse that's kind of been the places where you kind of ran off.
Okay.
But yeah.
And I could make a noise and see if she comes over, and then we could jump out and see what she's doing.
And we're gonna antagonize her or something.
I mean,
We're already hidden.
if we're hidden real well, maybe we stay hidden. Is that the idea?
I think that's what Cletus is saying. We don't do what we do and leave her be.
Deal with her only if we have to.
Yeah, like maybe we just talk to her tomorrow.
About to say the same thing. It's so important we can talk to her tomorrow.
Okay, so since you guys
Give
don't
her
say
a voice
anything,
call.
she looks around for a bit, and then you can see she gets kind of like, scratches the head a little bit, kind of looks really confused and then just starts wandering back down the hill towards town.
Okay.
Let's go do the do.
Okay. So you guys sneak on over into the alleyway behind the mill, where all the commotion was earlier in the day. Search around. You find your little spot to go in, like the weak spot in the wall. Push it open, carrying over the stealth test. You just kind of each sneak on down. You're now in the basement. You know, after a short period of time of kind of like whispering or calling out, eventually, like popping out of the shadows, just like, "Hey, what? Y'all get what I want?"
Make sure, gotta take out that there moon shape and make sure to kind of shine it up all nice up against my overalls.
Oh, that's nice. That's it. That's the one right there. Yeah. Give me.
Of course, man. Of course, man. We're friends.
Snatches
Why
out her
wouldn't I?
hands really fast.
Man, the smile on your face made it worth it.
Okay,
Man.
cool. Then we're even. See ya. And he kind of disappears.
Oh man, we are even. But I tell you, we had some fun plans for tonight. Woo, some good plans.
We
A
mean.
little bit of mischief, Bobby. You don't like mischief, do you?
Yeah.
You ain't one to pull pranks or nothing.
What? Well, I mean, I suppose. I mean, yeah, maybe. Why? What you thinking?
All right, man. See that lady over there? She's real smart. Like, got her just this crazy fun idea.
We're gonna play a prank on her?
No, she's got an idea to play a prank on that man who got the gun and all.
Okay.
What if we're gonna make him think his dead wife is haunting him? Huh?
Louisa
What?
will explain the idea.
What's the prank?
Are you good at doing voices?
Yeah, I could do this one. I could do this one. I could do this one. I could do this one.
Oh,
This one.
God
Double
dang
D.
it.
We
Yeah,
might
that was
need
good
you
to me.
after all, Double D.
They,
Oh, I'm your dead wife.
I'm your dead wife.
He got it.
maybe we just stick with a regular old hon in the
Is this
office.
one way? Oh, how I have missed you.
You're getting closer there. That's
Go banana.
that's
Say
getting closer.
banana.
Banana.
That's it.
Sorry. But there's a callback.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
right.
everyone's dead. Which one do you want?
The last one there, the one that sounded
right here.
no, the one that sounded ladylike
Alright.
and kind of high pitched.
This one right here.
High pitched.
This
Hi.
one right here.
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
That sounds great.
I can do this one.
All right. And we'll kind of practice like what he should say.
Okay, what do I say?
I'm your dead wife.
No,
Okay,
not
that's it.
not quite like that. Do we know her name? Please tell
I'm
me
your
we
dead
got enough
wife.
information to know her name.
I thought her name was dead wife.
Yeah, I think it's and a strange coincidence. That's what she was named, given name.
Name was dead.
Dead
Type
Wife
name.
Code. Dead Wife Code. It was amazing. You had a raise. I think Joe had a raise, or Amian had a raise. So I'll give you the name Isabel. You don't know the name of the daughter. You just know the name of the.
Okay.
That's going to take more work. But you can
Alright.
get the name of the wife.
So in that voice, you're just gonna say like, Finster, it's Isabel.
Finster, it's Isabel.
Finster, where's our daughter?
Finster, where's our daughter?
You gotta say it like it's a question, like a. Can you say it like spooky like?
Finster, where's our daughter?
There,
Like that?
yeah, that's just great.
Okay, got it. Full plan.
I think
And
this is gonna
Belky.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sure am glad we met you.
Okay. Now, what happens after I say that?
Can you like crawl on walls or ceilings or anything?
Yeah. That's what I like to do. I like to get in the wall and I go, and then sometimes I go knock, 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 knock. It's great.
Yeah, man, all that sort of like if you can like make weird shadows and crawling around and noises and knocking and whatnot.
Like where shadows are. I can knock. Yeah, I can knock.
All right, man.
Just you can't be seen. That's all.
Okay.
Let's go
Whisper.
haunt this some bitch.
Okay.
All the time when he's in his office. Whispering to him.
Yeah, normally I just knocking on this stuff and guys, that goes great.
Okay.
I was gonna leave tomorrow. Come do something else. That's fine. Queen don't like it when we stay around too long.
All right.
So are we doing this tonight at his house, or are we doing this tomorrow at the office?
I am your dead wife, Isabel.
You don't need to say the dead wife thing. He knows. You
How's he
just
gonna know?
gotta-
Oh, okay.
I mean, I don't want to mess with them machines no more. If we can just get this job done and get the hell out of here, I don't want to touch them some bitches again.
Are we gonna go steal the gun or not?
I don't know. I like smashing rats.
Yeah, we should do that. That's a good point, Douglas. Sorry.
You son of a bitch.
Well, I don't know that we need everybody traipsing over to his house. If
That's
we
true.
were gonna try to do it tonight, we can do a little.
We should split the party. That's always a good
old
idea.
fashioned splitting the party.
Yeah, man.
It'd be a little harder to stealthily get all of us plus Balky to go over to his house.
All right. Maybe I'll go pick up that shooter then. I'm not so good at the haunting.
Who is? So Louisa will look over at Amian. You're, I think, the stealthiest among us.
It's between me or Cletus.
I think you are the stealthiest among us.
I got D8. I'm pretty darn sneaky.
Yes, I guess you are.
He's an Appalachian ninja.
True.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, it's your choice. You want to go? You want to go a scaring the man, or you want to go stealing from him?
I mean, I don't imagine the factory's staffed right now, so it's probably not going to be too hard to go steal.
Yeah, does the factory
just
shut
so you
down
guys
at
know,
night, or-
like, his gun's probably not here. Like, he probably takes the gun home with him. It's just
You
he
think
probably
so?
doesn't
Yeah.
carry it around while he's on the floor.
Ah,
Yeah, I mean, he
How
probably
in the hell with that?
Unless
Yeah.
he does.
You can look if you want. But more than that, you guys
good,
can
man.
go wander around. But
I've
Let's
said this
just
all
go that.
thought in my head that I bet he doesn't carry his gun and doesn't leave here, carries it with him. Maybe we all go. And some of us do gun stealing, other ones of us do home.
If he comes out to look for the ghost, then maybe y'all can sneak inside.
I ain't no ghost though.
we're going to act like you are.
But you're acting like you are.
Oh, okay.
That's the voice you're doing.
I'll act in.
Ooh.
Ooh, I'm your dead wife.
I'm
Like
the
that.
ghost of your dead wife, Isabel.
Louisa, it's
All right.
like, you don't need to say he
Just let him do
knows
his thing.
who it is. It is more powerful if you don't say who she is.
But what if
Maybe it's been 20 years. Maybe he needs reminding.
I get
What if
what
he's
you're
got-
putting down.
maybe he's got multiple dead wives, and I just want to clarify which one it is.
That's why you just say a name. All you got to do is say a name.
But he probably knows more than one Isabel. I know more than one Isabel.
I
When you
guess if
ask
you
the
put
follow-up question, where's our daughter? I don't think that's going to leave much room for confusion.
Well, if he's got
Too
two daughters.
Luis is like out the hole, or whatever the way out of this face is.
I have shown you the picture of these guys, right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
guys you're entrusting this plan to, just so everyone remembers, like you all remember what this dude.
Hey,
looks
man,
like.
let's just go wing it. What's the worst that could happen?
He's got a pot on his head.
them wacky tobacco with pawhead.
Okay. So you, how you smuggling him out of here?
How big is he?
He's pretty small. He's like he could probably pass by for a child if he's not being looked at too closely.
How big is a possibles bag?
Well, possibles bag is usually you kind of just throw. Let me see. Let me double check to make sure. See, yeah, he's size -1 because he's smaller than humans. So, possibles bag might be pushing it. Can you fit a child in a possibles bag? Probably not.
I don't know what a possibles bag is, so that's why.
In one piece?
I mean, hell, man, maybe we just like let him ride like piggyback style. Look like a kid getting a piggyback ride.
Hops up on top of Cletus. Okay, I'm ready. Like right in your ear, and he's like, "Finster, I am your wife. Where is our child?"
Man, you're creepy as hell. You're so good at this. I'm excited.
Anybody
Okay.
got a spare hat?
What's wrong with this one? This guy's shifting his pot around a bit.
It's a perfectly fine hat.
You get like a tarp or something for him to wear, like like a sheet.
I mean, you're in a textile mill. You could probably find something. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Well, that's a good
gonna,
idea. We
you know-
should like.
Go ahead.
I was saying, like, we should get some scraps and put them on Luis over here so she can stand just on the horizon.
If they got textiles, when they cut it up, it makes all that dust, right? I'd say we dust Louise.
You're gonna kill Louisa.
No,
Okay.
not
That
like
works.
that dust. And the dust and like covering the dust, so she looks all pale and ghosty.
Y'all strange.
Yes.
How strange.
Yes, we are.
All right, so let's do this. We're gonna do this as a dangerous quick encounter because this could go horribly wrong.
I don't know whatever do you mean.
So, okay, so similar to what we just did when you guys got the C, I want everyone basically. You guys are gonna be able to find. He lives in town. He's got a house, right? So he's got he's got a small little kind of cottage dedicated to him. He doesn't live. He lives by himself. There's a couple. He's got some neighbors and stuff nearby, so there is the chance that you could potentially alert some of them. So walk me through. Everyone, just kind of tell me what you're doing to help contribute to the success of this plan, and yeah, we'll go from there. What are we thinking?
Maybe I like reconnoiter ahead just a little bit, try and find them a good pathway to go through where they ain't as likely to be seen.
All right.
Okay, you could do like a notice or survival for that or something. Is that cool?
I could do that. I was hoping to be sneaky, but I'll do notice.
I mean, sneaky. I mean, I think sneaky is just like what, avoiding detection, right? Not so much like, like scouting a path or whatever. So if you're scouting a path, I think survival or notice makes more sense.
I can
I'll
do
do
that
that.
if you want, because I can do survival.
Okay. All right. So Douglas, you get up ahead. You kind of scout.
Thing.
You scout a path between here and.
Or it would be.
this.
Would you like
We
a
have
Benny?
bennies.
We have plenty.
All right. That's a little better.
All right, there you go. All right, so Douglas gets out, kind of leads the way. He stays a little bit in front of everybody as you got old Balky on top of Cletus. He's kind of on his shoulder, kind of peeking up, doing the Yoda on top of Luke Skywalker thing going on here and there. And you're kind of you're skulking in the shadows and stuff here and there, dodging a few company guards every now and then. There's still a lot of chatter about like the violence that went down at that speakeasy, so there is kind of a decently high company guard presence going on here. But Douglas, you're able to find a reasonable path that kind of keeps Balky out of the main streets or out of the main squares. And you guys find Finster's home. So all of you are essentially within footsteps or earshot of Finster's home. So who's doing it? Who else is doing something? So how else are we contributing to this?
Does he have any like wind chimes or anything like on the house?
High or low?
Rattles and would make sound. High.
He does indeed. He has a
Sweet.
yeah.
I want to fasten some like string or something to it. Maybe some thread from the textile, and run that around and like yank on it to act like something spooky's going on. Like there's wind bustling.
Okay.
Nice.
So you're doing like spooky chimes and all right, gotcha. All right, we'll hold off on your roll for now because you're probably gonna want to time that with everything. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Okay, so Amian, you're just basically tying the string off and tying some of the thread off and kind of getting into position, kind of running it down to a place where you can kind of hide and kind of keep out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, who else is who else? So I got Douglas and Amian. They're accounted for. What's everyone else doing?
Plan B.
I'm trying to think of what Louisa could.
Genuinely don't know what you just said. I love
I'm
Double D's
Plan
voice.
B.
I think he's gonna break his knees. B for broken
Okay,
knees.
so you're not contributing. You're not contributing to the quick
contributing.
encounter. Okay, so it's only if something goes wrong. Gotcha. Okay.
You need me to get you inside there? You got this, Falcon? You need me to get you inside the door.
I mean, I can get in. I can get in. You want to get in? I can get in. I ain't gonna go to the door though.
I
I
mean,
like chimneys.
well,
I like windows. Like holes. I can make a hole.
how about I help give you a heft up on the roof there then?
Okay. You can do that.
All right.
All right. So you're gonna help. So you just want to do like some kind of athletics check to help him get on the roof. All right. Sounds good. You can go ahead and roll it now.
I will. Athletics.
Oh, there you go.
I was shot for him.
You throw him up into space.
Baseball special,
He
y'all.
goes through the clouds above. He's by the moon now. You really like the moon. Now he's on it. Okay. So yeah, you just kind of throw him up there. He lands very gently. All right. And he kind of looks down. You hear him. And then you hear as he comes back and he leans over the edge. Hey, hold this. And he just drops like his C down on top of you, like that you grab for him. And you hear as he goes away. And then you hear as he comes back, hey, hold this too, as he drops his pan hat. Okay. And then he comes back, and this too. And he drops a ladle. And he does that like 4 or 5 times where he just drops like 6 or 7 different things down to you. And you just start collecting. And you're like, where is he even keeping this stuff? And then finally, he doesn't come back. Okay. So Cletus is good. Douglas is good. Double D is not participating. Louisa or Joe, character Joe.
I have no idea what I could do. I think I'm going to just hang out and be a plan B as well in case
Okay.
something just doesn't go right.
Gotcha. Double D and Joe are hanging out. Plan Bs. Okay. Louisa, what are you doing?
I am trying to be creative and I don't really know how to do that very well.
That's not true.
I'm thinking like I don't know. Tell me how risky this is. Like, because I do have powers that I can do things with. And so I believe that generates some amount of like light or something when I do like the healing or whatever. And so I'm trying to like time it in such a way that like if he looks out the window, that it is kind of sending some type of aura kind of a thing going on here.
Okay. So you want to use your powers to create some kind of magical light to help sort of contribute to the
And kind of
the gaslighting.
and kind of down in that like, because I have some of the like dress textile kind of on me, so I'm kind of trying to get this image of kind of there is a kind of woman outside.
Okay, so you want to be this. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So like,
That
but
sounds
more
like
just kind of like skirt, which I think at this time would be fairly ankle length. So it's just kind of feet, ankle, skirt kind of a thing.
Okay, so you're out there. You kind of got you're covering your face or something, so he doesn't recognize the face, just kind of the contours of a woman. Is that right? Okay. Yeah. So why don't you and Amian roll performance tests for me? Amian, you can do something else if you want. If you don't want to do performance, if there was something else you had in mind, because I know you. But I mean, performance I think makes sense, unless you had another option.
Yeah, performance or taunt. I don't really know if it's taunt though.
I don't think it's taunt. Louisa, you actually could roll since you're casting a spell, you can roll faith.
Yeah, I'll just do performance. I don't have. The only other thing could be like persuasion, maybe.
Persuasion is fine. I'll take that. That's close enough.
Okay.
All right. I had to Benny that, got a 7.
Okay. All right. So, Double D, Joe, you're both hanging back a little bit. You're in the shadows. Maybe we'll just say you're keeping an eye out to make sure no one comes up, and you're ready. You're on call. You guys watch as Cletus hurries up, kind of pushes up Balky onto the roof, and then it's kind of a long time, and then suddenly Cletus comes back and he's carrying all this stuff in his hands. You see Amian get down low, kind of really, really low near the base of the house, kind of right behind some crates, and you see he starts to sort of gently tug and pull on a string, and you start hearing the wind chimes beginning to cling. Louisa, you get up to a window, and you got your sheet over top of you. You start casting your spells. You see this light begin to start glowing out from underneath the sheet, almost like there's a flashlight underneath there, but it's kind of creating this sort of multicolored. It's not just like this single beam, but it's kind of creating this glowing aura. Meanwhile, those of you with decent notice, you hear coming from the inside, Finster, it is I, your wife. Ooh. Where, oh, where is our daughter? Did you hear? I'm gonna go ahead and roll an actual performance test with him. And I will give him a +1 for each of the successes thus far that helped in the performance. That's +2 from Louisa and from Amian. He does not have performance, however. He has taunt, but he does not have performance. So I will roll this unskilled with a +2, though. It's just straight up. And performance is tied to what? Smarts? Okay, so that's a D6. So here we go. D6, need a 4. Okay. Oh, God. You want to Benny that for him?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a Benny.
You did, wife.
Oh, there you go. And it'll keep going. That'll ace with a 6. And that's when you guys hear, like, shuffling around from the inside. Yeah. Louisa, that no, you dead? No, you ain't. No, you ain't. And you hear like a subtle cough. Finster, it is I, your wife, Isabel. No. You've been dead 20 years. No. You ain't here. No, you're not. Oh, but I am. I am here. And you are correct. I am dead. Your dead wife.
Dead wife.
And he's like, yeah. Oh, well, Isabel, everything's just gone terrible since you died. Everything's gone terrible. No. I just drank too much. No, you ain't really here. And then he's just like, no, seriously, I really am. And look at the glowing. And he's like, oh God, you outside? Where are you? Why can't I see you? That's not important. What's important is you tell me where our child is, our daughter. I don't know. After he died, I couldn't take care of baby all by myself. My family, they wouldn't help, and your family, they couldn't help. No one would help me. No one would help me. The neighbors didn't help me. No one did nothing, so I gave her. Okay, don't be so sad. Calm down. It's okay. But I gave her up. I gave her up for adoption. I gave her the orphanage. That's okay. You should go find her. Yes, go find her. What do you mean, go find her? No way she won't talk to me. It's been 20 years. She probably, got a family of her own or something now. And this guy, I don't know how long you want me to do this.
Forever.
We got 30 minutes, Jeff.
Yeah, man.
I know, I'm looking at the
Go.
clock. Look at the clock. So I think, she's probably got a family of her own right now. She probably don't want nothing to do with me. Oh, but family is everything, so they say.
Maybe I can like find some shutters and bang them around a bit or something.
Okay, just starting to. Don't go doing that. No, I don't want. Okay, I'll find her. I'll find her. What do you want me to do when I find her? Bring
Her guide you.
her to the Fae. Yes, bring her to the Fae. What? You see, whatever you think is best. Yes. And you can tell he's very confused at this point. Does anybody want to do anything? As you could hear some of this coming through. Oh God.
I think
that she needed you to be.
Be the father that she needed you to be. But I can't be no father. I mean, I can't even take care of myself.
And Louisa just whisper, I believe in you.
I believe in you. Why'd you gotta die, Isabel? Why'd you gotta die? Everything just went so bad when you died. I ain't got no one anymore. No one. I got all this money and no one to spend it on. Nothing to do. Oh, I sure wish you were here.
Treat your workers better and maybe they'll like you.
Louisa.
Treat your workers better, and maybe they'll like you. What? All right. I'm gonna roll persuasion for that.
Jeez.
Let's see. I'll give him a +1 because it was Douglas's idea, but he does have persuasion.
Oh,
It's a D4.
okay.
It's a D4.
Well, there's that.
D4 +1. I'm just playing with myself. God damn it! I think it's actually.
Usually I
versus,
gotta pay to see that. Okay.
It's up against his spirit. I think. Hang on. Let's see what I got. I think I have him. Oh goodness. Oh God, he has high spirit.
I guess we got a Benny it then.
Okay. All right. Sure.
Yeah. It's already a 3, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he just says, hell with them. Why should I treat them better? They didn't help me when I needed it. I thought it takes a village to raise a child, but Where'd the hell the village go when I needed them? They weren't here for nothing. They didn't help me at all. Why should I help them? Well, that's a fair point. And he's like, if only I had a better response to that. Here, let me think about it for a bit.
Then who gives a shit about those assholes? Leave them selfish pricks and go get your daughter. You take care of your own.
Then who gives a shit about those selfish pricks? You go get your daughter and take care of yourself. They are, but what if she won't take me in? I mean, what if she don't like me? I mean, no one likes me. Why would she suddenly like me? And especially since I abandoned her 20 years ago, she ain't gonna take me in. Oh,
You can tell her the story of what happened, and you can try to do better.
How you can afford to take care of her.
Okay, calm down. Too many things at once. Okay, so you can tell her the story and do better. Okay, that was the next line.
Fine.
Line.
Now you've got the money. You can do it.
Now that you have power and authority and money and, that stuff, you can do it. I guess I could try. What if she says no, though?
You can
At
still
least you'll
make
have
sure
it. No, I
she's
wish
set
I
up.
was there.
You can make sure she's set up for the future, and you'll know that was the right thing.
You can make sure she's set up for the future and know that's the right thing. Isabel. All right. I guess I can. I guess I can do that. Okay. Okay, good. Bye. Then you guys see a little shadow moving across the roof, hops off, climbs down the side, runs over to you. How'd I do?
Amazing, man.
It's incredible. I'm going to see if I got anything shiny in my pockets to give him.
And then you still hear Finch like, Isabel, come back, Isabel. He's kind of still going on and on. Like, oh, not again, not again. What do you have in your pockets?
Her
What do you have in your
light off.
pockets, Douglas? Okay, yeah.
I mean, technically, I have basically nothing. I'm just hoping that I got like a coin or something I can give him.
Okay, yeah, you just pull something out, even if it's like a button. You just and grabs it and puts it away. Okay. What do you guys want to do now? Jeez.
Well, I hope that this disaster gets the job
Is it just
done.
me, or hearing that interaction? Is this guy just really dumb? I'm thinking he's just really dumb.
Maybe what I'm hoping is he actually goes running after his daughter like right now, and then we look for that money in his house.
You want me to go tell him?
No, I don't think we need to do that. I think what we heard from that is that he's also had kind of a rough time of it, and so just like killing him seems like not the best idea. Because
I think we said we were going to kill him.
Yeah, I agree with you. I ain't really.
I mean, if we're just going to kill him, why do all this? Just go kill him.
Yeah, I'll agree with you. That was sad as hell. And like, I don't even want to lay hands on him no more. But I also ain't above like robbing the man if he leaves his house.
So you guys would know.
Robin.
You guys would know that it's late, and you guys would know that the only place that would have information as to where his daughter is would be the Alshire Orphanage, which probably wouldn't be accepting business this late at night. So, like, he might leave like an idiot, but like
Right now.
realistically
Probably
speaking,
tomorrow.
he's probably not going to get the information going out, late at night to the Elshire Orphanage. Also, traveling
Probably
around
not.
at night is not the safest thing to do in the Holler.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we should probably go home.
Yeah, probably.
Probably call it a night.
Let's go eat them corn nuts, man. Let's cook up some beans inside that cornmeal.
Okay.
That's still not how it works.
Sure it is, man.
Or what I think what we need to do is we need to go get us a bunch of lard in the pot.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you fill the pot with the lard,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and then you take the corn kernels
Yeah, man.
and you fry them in the lard.
Right.
And then it makes corn nuts. And then you just put the ranch seasoning packet on top. You're good to go.
What is that last ingredient you're talking about there? I don't think I've ever heard of
Ranch.
such a thing.
Seasoning packet, Hidden Valley. They sell it at the company store.
Man, look, Mama told you to stop scratching your Hidden Valley in public, all right? And nobody wants that on their food.
Is that Hidden Valley over there by like Corncob Cap? Is that over there in that gap?
Now, it's a gap, all right.
Is
but it
that
ain't
next
the
to that
gap.
green giant thing? Because thinking the
Oh,
rivals.
One time I done heard that rat we talked about with the green giant. One time I did hear Santa Claus over there. He was like, ho, ho, ho.
Oh, it's a shame what happened to Pepperidge Farms, though.
Yeah.
Always remember.
I'll never forget.
Remember.
Okay, so
We're gonna
Balky
go
will
make food and go to sleep.
snatch the stuff from you and be like, "Okay, bye," and then just scamper off like into the shadows. See ya. Where do you guys want to go?
We'll get some food.
I'm ready.
You have
Can of
food. You guys did
Spam is
shopping. You have food.
Not so
Yeah.
good cold, but like to warm it up somewhere.
Didn't we have like a church or something that we could? go
Yeah,
to?
there was a serpent church
Yeah.
that you all kind of were crashing in because that's where they had Dogmore's like when they were watching the body and everything. Okay.
Yeah, man, we get ourselves a night's sleep and see if that
Back
there
there.
supervisor just doesn't show up to his shift tomorrow.
All right. So. Okay. So you guys head out of town in the direction of the Serpent Church. Let's see. Douglas, you're kind of the outdoors guy, right?
Dairy.
In theory. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a notice test.
I'm trying to remember. Is your wild die your stat die? Or is
Wild
that-
die is an automatic D6. It should roll automatically.
Oh, it's a D6. All right. Some of mine are not D6s for some reason.
Well, those are your skills and your attributes. Those could be different things. Wild die, you always get as a wild card, so it'll be something you roll in addition to whatever else you have. Okay, sure. So as you guys are kind of heading back to the Serpent Church, which is again, it's out in the hills. It's not in town. Like Serpent churches themselves are also one of those illegal things. So you're not necessarily, it's not in an open place. It's kind of a hidden thing here and there, like stomp grounds and stuff like that. It's places that you have to kind of keep moving around, or you have your special little spots for it. But as you're kind of passing out of the company town, trying to avoid the ire or the look of some of these company guards, it's dark out here, right? It's very, very dark out. Especially now that it's night, you got all these clouds overhead, and you're not really getting a whole lot of moonlight or starlight. It's very, very dark. As you're moving around, though, and Douglas probably leading the way, you do hear a sound from out in the distance. Like in addition to all like the various kind of crickets and kind of shuffling of a leaf here or there, you do hear the sound of a woman. You hear like help, help.
Hey, wife, that you?
No response.
Do we all hear
Ain't no
this?
dead wife, is you?
So I'll say, I mean, once Douglas gets it, he'll probably signal, and then everyone kind of quiets down from whatever chatter he might have had. Then you listen, and then all you can kind of hear a very, very faint Help!
Can I do a folklore test to see if it's something like not natural or imitating something or?
Gotta ask it if it's a haint, because if it's a haint, it's gotta tell us it is. That's the law.
That's right, man. Man, Joe, you're smart.
I don't think you have anything to go on. It's just
You
a
hate?
woman saying. I love that roll though. That's great. Oh man, you gotta tell us you're a haint if you're a haint. You just hear a woman yelling for help. I don't think you have a whole lot more enough information to make a roll right
I
now.
have to like go look, but not too close. Like, stay back.
Yeah, let's get up there.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go help her out. What
That's
direction?
fine.
Yeah, so it's kind of off to the sort of northeast, so it's in your general direction of the way you're going, but it's not quite exactly. But you kind of veer off, and you're kind of weaving between like these little burns, these hills, these big old rock formations and stuff, and you keep kind of tracking the voice, trying to echolocate, kind of call out to her, and she's like, I'm here. I'm here. And you get a little closer, and you see that there's these kind of stones that have been stacked up between these two rocky burns. And you can see kind of a hand reach up and kind of waving, here, help, right here, help.
She's trapped in the rocks.
It looks like you're not sure if she's trapped in the rocks or just kind of waving from behind them.
Maybe we can just kind of make a wide circle around it. This is kind of suspicious.
Sounds
I'll
like a
just
good
go over
plan.
and help her.
Okay. So Double D, you just you walk right up, and yeah,
I'm gonna
there's
drop
a
a sling
woman.
stone into my sling and
Oh yeah, okay. So everyone's getting ready. A few of you are starting to fan out here and there, but Double D, you move on up, and yeah, there's a woman on the ground, and as you get close, you can even feel like on the grass and stuff as you're walking up close. There's like some looks like stains in the grass here and there, like blood stains and such. And you find her, and she's like leaning up against this stone. It's natural stone, but it's kind of cut in a strange way, like someone was trying to remove it at one point but never finished. And yeah, you can see she's just sort of just hanging on to like a wound in her neck, and she's kind of like hanging on, it looks like, to a wound underneath her arm, and both of them are bleeding. You're like, oh thank God, oh thank you, oh man, can you help me? I was attacked.
Yeah, I'll give you a hand. What gun beat you?
Some kind of dogs. Some kind of dog. And she's like, you can see that she's kind of drifting off. I guess she's kind of going, like, you can tell, like, she's had some blood loss. Like, her face is really pale. She probably, she's up there in age.
I'll go scoop her up.
Okay.
Oh, Issa, she done got bit good.
Oh, okay. I'll be right over. So, Louisa will
Okay,
Head
so,
over to
Well,
so
see if
Lisa, you walked
I
up.
hear any dogs.
Yeah, go ahead and roll notice this.
I'll Benny that.
All right, gotcha. Ooh,
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, Amian, you don't hear any dogs, but you do hear this, there's this sort of fog that's kind of moving in here and there in between the burns and stuff, but you do hear the sounds of like the crunching of some of this stone that you saw in those rocky burns. You can kind of hear it crunching. And as you look up, the very little light that's coming down as it's sort of filtering through that fog, you can see these like shadowy shapes of like canine dogs or maybe cats or something kind of skulking around on top of some of these burns that are starting to sort of flank this this stone, this little kind of stone area where now Double D and Louisa and the old woman are.
All right. Can I tell how many there are?
With a raise, you can see from where you're at, there's at least 4.
Yeah, I'll point them out. And I'll like scoop up some rocks and get ready to throw them.
Okay.
Hell no. Cletus rubs the missing portion of his left butt cheek.
They're coming from the other
like
half.
nobody's business, man.
What is everybody else doing?
I guess I might move towards the center here.
Okay.
with everyone else.
All right.
Get my logging axe out.
Get your log and axe. Okay, Louisa, did you heal her, or were you doing a heal check, or were you doing anything with her?
Yes, so we don't see any like people around us, right?
Just the woman on the ground is bleeding.
Okay. Then I will try to do use a power for some healing.
Okay.
So that will be a spirit. All right, so that'll heal a wound.
Okay. So you guys hear suddenly, kind of in through the fog, kind of coming down to your little area here. You suddenly hear, you say, like this, like strange, like almost like hyena laugh, just like cackling. And as you do, you watch like the silhouette of like one of the animals just kind of lift its head up. Everyone make a spirit test.
Oh, goodness.
Spirit. Oh boy.
6. We have bennies if anybody wants them.
Man, look at you, Double D.
Full spirit.
I got a
You
3.
ain't scared.
Okay, anyone
Nothing
fail?
but snakes.
What's constant failure?
What's failing?
4 is always a pass. So on these steps rolls,
Oh,
so
okay.
if you have under a 4, it's a fail.
Just me, of course. So maybe unless we're just inundated with bennies.
We are.
Yes, we have a very friendly audience.
There are at least 3 of them.
Very
All
generous.
right.
After this, we've got 7 left.
Oh, that I forgot to do the thingy.
Yeah, just roll a check again. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, with a 5. Okay, so everyone's
Yay!
all right. Now, Amian, go ahead and roll folklore. It's not common knowledge.
Okay.
And anybody else who has folklore, you're free to do it too.
5.
You know, just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna roll it untrained.
Yeah, you're welcome to do that too if you want.
Sure, why not?
Should I roll? Or should I throw a Benny at that if I've got a 5?
You passed, so you'll get something.
Okay.
Okay, Luisa, you also passed. So, okay. Between and who was that last person who rolled?
Character.
Unskilled.
Joe. Okay, so bottom row, the entire bottom row on the stream. So it's Luisa, Joe, and Amian. You've heard stories. You've heard stories about. It's usually tales told to children between the kind of the cackling laughter coming from these animals, this little pack that's starting to circle around, and seeing the wounds that this woman has, like on her neck and on her side, these like little kind of almost like fangs or bites. You've heard stories of a creature called a billy cabra, and they are. There's a lot of different variations on exactly what they look like. Some of them they're dogs, with these kind of hunched spike spines. Sometimes they're reptiles with like some kind of sort of bone or spike spine. Others that can like walk up on 2 legs, but these kind of got like this sort of half dog, almost kind of hyena quality to them as you hear that cackling, that laughter comes out. But they just seem to right now just sort of be circling around. Some of them are up on these burns, kind of looking down on you. You see a few others that are moving around. They haven't like launched at you all yet, but you can see that they're circling. What would you guys like to do?
I mean, seeing as they've got the obvious target with the healing and whatnot going on, I'd love to double back a little bit, see if I can get behind, get the drop on one.
Roll a stealth test.
I hate dogs. I mean, these dogs. I like good dogs.
Okay.
Get you son of a bitch.
Cletus kind of shifts off into the darkness, and you guys lose track of him. What do the rest of you want to do right here?
I'm gonna set this lady down on the ground, get my hammers ready to go.
Okay.
Bam, we'll bam.
Okay.
Yeah, and hammers.
Oh man, one of my favorite things to do. One of my favorite things to do is the Henry Cavill like load your forearms like. I was doing that in Starfinder until Matt killed me with a plant. Oh man, very sad.
I am got one arm.
Anybody else want to do anything in particular?
I think I'm over by Louisa, so probably just being intimidating.
Be
Yeah,
very
she-
observant. Got my sling out, just kind of lazily keeping it moving.
Who's within
There-
touch distance of me?
Everybody
me,
but
I think.
Cletus. I think everybody but Cletus is kind of now kind of narrowed in, like you're kind of around the woman's stone area. Cletus is the only one who says he specifically went off.
Okay.
All right.
Is there like
Douglas, what do you have for weapons?
An axe.
All right. So I am going to reach out and touch the axe. And you're going to hear Louisa kind of give like a little prayer. And basically, I'm going to smite your axe.
Nice.
So the weapon's damage is increased by +2 as long as I pass, and +4 with a raise.
Okay. While this is happening, Cletus, go ahead and make an attack with the drop on one of the creatures.
Excellent. Okay, so that's a plus.
Oak, this is more modern. This is more like 1930s Appalachia. So there's vehicles, there's like cars and stuff like that, and it's not. It's not really. I mean, there's a lot of like overlap thematically, it seems, but it's definitely a lot different. And this is more like an apocalyptic setting where it's way more about like resources and survival. Like there's guns in the game, but it's really hard to keep up ammo and things like that. Whereas like in Deadlands, like you don't even really think about that too much. How'd you do?
Got 6. I'm glad to Benny it if that's not good enough.
That's enough to hit. It's not enough for a raise, but it's enough to hit if you want to roll damage.
Okay. I will.
Okay, 8 points of damage.
So 12. Another 4
12.
on top of that for the drop.
For the +4. Okay. So you guys suddenly, as you're watching these 4 creatures just sort of like moving around, kind of assessing, trying to figure out if like this is going to go in their favor. You see like this big old shadow just suddenly in the silhouette come up behind one of them. And what does it look like, Cletus, as you take one out? You just take
He
one out.
comes up all quiet like, grabs it around the throat, picks it up, does a paw driver into the ground, and you just hear a sickening crunch.
And then you hear, and then the others will like kind of leap in. You'll see like 3 more kind of just begin to descend down like the side of the burn. A couple of you, I think, had ranged weapons at the ready. I think that was Joe, character Joe. You had like a sling ready, I think, right? Mm-hmm. Go ahead and take a shot.
Okay.
Add
What did
some
we
rocks
decide
for you
this
to throw,
was?
too.
It should be built.
Shooting or athletics? Did we decide what that was?
I think I built it in, so whatever.
Oh,
I
you
have it
did.
built
Sling
in
with
as.
stones. Here we go. It's athletics. Okay. Boom. Oh my gosh! Critical failure. Hit myself in the head on
So
the backswing.
Yeah, so we'll say, I think that's funny. As you kind of do that, you let go of the wrong, and like the wrong, like you hold on with the wrong hand, and you let go with the right, and then it comes back and whacks you in the eye. Yeah. Well, just say you're shaking. You're shaking.
That's fine. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like that watermelon from The Amazing Race.
Okay. Anybody else have a ranged weapon? They're ready to go.
I scooped up some stones to throw.
Yeah, go ahead and throw stones as they kind of charge down the hill at you all.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
No.
Wow!
No.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow! Wow!
You hit Joe in the back of the head. Only one of us can survive.
I can't wait to get my turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
You just start throwing these things and throwing, and just missing left and right. Go ahead and take a point of fatigue, let's say, for you, as you just kind of tire yourself out, just rapid fire throwing these things. And then finally, like, they leap into the fray. And so there's going to be 3 of them now in the middle of all of you. I'll let you all go ahead and take a shot. I have my own little thing up on the side, so I see the
Jeff, can
you
we say
guys-
that I threw my throwing knife, or was I busy?
No, it's
doing
fine.
the
You can throw.
smite on
No,
the axe?
no. If you had a ranged weapon, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, that was something else.
Okay.
I will Benny that.
All right.
And get a 6.
All right. Go ahead and roll your damage. It's not a raise. So just regular damage. Oh my.
Oh,
21.
Describe how you just utterly felled one of these things.
She had just finished kind of smiting the axe, and so she's kind of still kind of feeling a little bit of that, kind of power running through her as she, kind of reaches into the pocket of her skirt and grabs the knife. And she, just like with the precision of somebody that practices darts, is just, kind of just tosses it just right, center of the forehead.
And it just... and then just falls down and kind of slides the rest of the way and comes to a stop right in front of you. 2 more charge in. Dogless and Double D, I imagine you're going to take swings. Dogless,
Yeah,
I think you rolled already, right? Rolled
Yes.
7. Okay,
Yep.
roll your damage. That's it's
Alright.
normal damage, no raise.
Did you include your +2?
Not yet. I figure we'll just stick it on the end here. So 12 damage.
Is it +2 to hit, or is it +2 to...
Oh, you're right. It's damage.
smite is for damage.
It's damage. Yeah.
All right, so how much total damage did you do?
12.
12? Describe your kill.
I assume it's just a swing at it coming in,
Yeah, you just come in and you just hear "Arr!" as it just collapses to the ground. Double D, one more, is leaping right at you. Can
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys
gonna
be
go
4 for 4?
run on in and just give it the old 1-2.
Okay. Give it the
Wait,
one.
Alright.
4 there were 2 crit fails leading up.
I know, but they were funny.
Here's the 1.
Oh my. That 10 will do. And that will be a raise.
All right.
You have a 12 in that? I could do 12?
I do.
You went crazy.
That's why I had to learn to be sneaky. I can't keep up with him.
Describe your kill, as that will also do.
Just go tromping on in, just thump as I'm running. And I get on up there and shoot it and just take him on out, just break his jaw clean in half. Take him down, 1 hit, dead.
And so you just... it falls. There's now 3 at your feet, 1 over by Cletus. You hear, like, the distant cackling of more of them. And you kind of look in the shadows and the fog, and there's, like, a couple here, a couple there. Looks like there's a good 4, 5, 6. But you see they all just start to, like, cackle to one another, and then they start to flee, and they start to head out kind of off into the hills at this point, with 4 of them just getting slaughtered so quick before they were able to do anything. And we'll say that none of them decide to enter the fray after that opening salvo, and so you're left with these creatures, these cryptids. You've got this woman, and since we're at time, we'll say that you make it back to the Serpent Church. Probably bring her with you, give her some aid, and we'll end there with you all back at your little base outside of town. It's the Serpent Church. You think you've managed to convince Finster Goad to do something?
We're not really sure what exactly.
I don't really know either. But it was a little fun. You got but you did what you it sounds like he's going to try to find his daughter and maybe treat his workers better. But we'll kind of find out over the next couple of days to see how that works out with everybody, because it's going to be a couple days probably before you really figure out the results of that. But we'll go ahead and stop it there. With you all
Fastest
back at the Serpent Church.
ever.
Yeah, that was pretty fast.
Which
Yeah.
Should
critical
start
fail,
gaslighting him once he...
critical fails,
Even
right?
with 2 crit
Goes back
fails.
up.
Yeah.
Things
Oh,
actually went well for
Joe's-
once.
Yeah.
Rubbing his eye. Amian's winded. Whew, too much throwing. All right
Picked
then.
up like a boulder.
Yeah. And Yeah, I mean, technically that's going to be the end of the first chapter here. So you guys can go ahead and do an advance for next time too.
Oh wow!
So we'll do that, and then we'll kind of start up next time around. We'll see what the results were of your attempts to sway Finster Goad, and we'll also start up probably something new as we might go see somewhere else in the Holler, because that's kind of what the plot point campaign does. It kind of takes you around and see these different places here and here.
Yeah, we've
let's
got
do
a few Cussfoot Fens little hooks.
Yeah, Cussfoot Fen's is good. There's also Crags, which is off to the west for the like Amian and Douglas were saying, the prison, etc. So lots of cool stuff. There's a lot of really cool places in the Holler. It's a really interesting setting. Let's do a round table, closing plugs. Chuck, tell us about Defenders.
Yeah, twitch.tv/Defenders of Cobalt. We're going to be over there on Wednesday playing some Thunder Rift Forbidden Lands. You can see a lot of faces here, over there. They found a hole full of hobbits, or halflings, so we don't get sued by Tolkien. Hole full of halflings. So, we got to do the right thing and kill them. Yeah. Thursday, we're doing Curse of Strahd. Friday, Joe is going to be missing, so we're going to do part 2 of the Quiet Year, getting a setting put together for a Fallout 2D20 game. And then Saturday, over on Grim and Perilous Plays at 1 p.m., we'll be doing some Strixhaven with some faces here. We'll be over there.
Right on. Jeremy, tell us about this Patreon.
Yeah, man, Aaron Reese on Patreon. You've got comics, you've got art, you've got RPG assets, maps. It's a great time. Check it out.
Awesome. Bert, Steam Still Murder.
Yeah, this Tuesday we're playing first edition Dungeons and Dragons. Tomorrow night, playing through the Desert of Desolation series. Friday is BX Dungeons and Dragons. This Sunday, Boot Hill 3rd edition, and Saturday on the official Goodman Games channel, running through with some of the folks here, playing some Weird Frontiers.
Awesome. As for us here, nothing this Friday, as I have a job thing I got to do. I have to go to a commencement graduation thingy. But Saturday we will be back to One Ring 2nd edition, so come check that out. And then in this spot next Monday, we'll be doing our Deadlands game as we alternate the Savage Worlds setting that we're playing every Monday between Holler and Deadlands. And so next week is the Deadlands week. And that's about it.
Should have just failed all your students, and then they wouldn't have graduation.
Oh, I did, but the problem is all these other professors didn't. Like, I didn't get the memo, and so some of them, it's crazy. So anyway, hang tight. Thank you for everyone who hung out. Thank you for everyone who threw some bits. It was really fun, and I'm happy everyone enjoyed watching me play with my action figures as I role played with myself. So we'll catch you next time. Follow the raid. We'll see you.